I'm going to teach you in this video how to use Google Sheet. Google Sheet is like an Excel spreadsheet where you can utilize it to create formulas, to create bookkeeping, create your numbers, and manage a bunch of data from numbers and formulas and emails and addresses and names and phone numbers. If you want to separate data, but have it in the same project, Google Sheet is the best way to go. And I'm going to teach you in this video module how to collaborate with someone else in Google Sheets. Lori, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, awesome. So let's create a Google Sheet. So you can see that what I'm going to do, let me start from the beginning on that part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to right here and press New. And when I press New, there's going to be an option right here for Google Sheets. Now I can choose from a template or choose from a blank spreadsheet. If I choose from a template, I'm going to see the different options that is available to me. So I have templates for coaching, and then that's because that's what's in my company for templates. But then I have the general. So I have general invoices, weekly timesheets, financial statements, annual budget reports, expense reports. These are a lot of templates that are at my disposal. Schedules, travel planners, grade books, attendance, assignment trackers, and so much more. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, click New, click Google Sheets. And when I click just Google Sheets, it's going to give me a blank spreadsheet. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share it with my teammate, Lori. Lori, you still with me?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. So I'm going to click Share. Because right now, if you see where it says, where this button over here, if you see this button over here, if you see on the top right, it says that it's private to only me. When I click Share, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna name the document. So let's call this bookkeeping. Then I'm going to send an email to Lori. I'm going to add Lori on this document, and I'm going to click Send. Now, I can choose if I want to send it to her where she can edit it, or if I want to send it to her where she can only view it. Now, what Lori just got an email on her side saying welcome. And you can see how on the top right, it shows her face right here, where it shows that she's on there. If I had 15 people here, it would show a bunch of little bubbles with all the other team members that are on here. So let's say, for example, date. This is the date. And then the first date is 3/23/20. I'm going to say, and I'm working with Lori. And let's say that this is an expense report. And let's put the item here, or the transaction location. Let's put the transaction city. I like that better. Transaction city. Hey Lori, under the date, can you add the subsequent dates following? So 3/23, then 3/24, and so on and so forth. And then in my example, let's say on 3/23 the transaction date took place in Los Angeles. I'm working on it. And then on 3/24, it took place in Las Vegas, Nevada, Mobile, Alabama. And you can see that as I'm doing this, Lori is adding it on this side as well, on this side here. You can see that Lori is continually adding it. And Lori just is right now changing the colors on here because she likes it to have it to be bold. Because you know how it is, like the guys get straight to the point, but the women on the team make it look all fancy and nice, which is an amazing experience when you're able to collaborate. You see, now I got her input. She also got my input, and we can communicate on using different technologies to be able to talk to each other as we're working on this project together. We could also use this comment box. If I want to continually ask her questions or talk about a specific thing, I can use that comment box there. And it allows, and an Excel spreadsheet will allow you to use different formulas and different software. So say, for example, like Lori's right now putting the amount there. She's the one who created that. I may say that I spent $100 in Los Angeles, California, and then $150 in Las Vegas, Nevada. But what happens if I forgot how much I spent in Mobile, Alabama? Lori, how much did I spend in Mobile, Alabama in this example?
200.
Can you add that while I add the rest of the cities?
Okay.
So I'm adding Boston, Massachusetts. I'm adding New York. And you can see where she just added the 200 right there. And I can see where she's working on while I'm working on the remainder of the project. But let's say, for example, I want to know how much everything comes out to. I'm going to put equal sum, and I'm going to put all this together. Boom. Now, as she's editing it, this one right here at the bottom, that I'm going to make it pop a little bit. As she's adding it, the number's automatically increasing because there's a formula above it. And it's just that simple for us to use Google Spreadsheets. Now, for you to learn more about Google Spreadsheets, what I'd like you to do, if you want to learn how to use the formulas, you got to do a little bit more digging and a little bit more studying. But it's going to be how to use Google Spreadsheets. And you got to study the formulas. So there's a lot of tutorials and a lot of sheets and a lot of videos that you can watch that Google will have to support you in understanding how to create the formulas. But as I'm working on this other side where I'm learning how to use Google Spreadsheets, this is where I learned that my business is still operating, where I give access to Lori to be able to work on the spreadsheet and do whatever tasks that she's doing. Man, you can do bookkeeping on here. You can do coaching. We use it for coaching notes and different tasks, and we all collaborate as a team in my company. And in your company, you can do the same thing. Your business is going to continue to be running, and you can have different team members and different employees and contractors all in the same document. Even though they're in different territories, you can have them all on the same document working together while your business is continually running. And the great thing for you as a leader is you get to come back and see exactly where your team member is at. And not only that, you can click and find out what was the data that took place and the different versions and like the different version history that took place most recently. Hey, this is an opportunity for you to think wide for your company, think wide for your business, to see how your business can utilize different people in your business so that way your business can grow while you're collaborating with others.